In this video, we're diving into cross-border fees, what they are, why they quietly eat away at your profit margins, and how you can finally take control of them using payment solutions like Airwallex. What's going on, everyone? My name is Eric Hunsaker, and on this channel, we cut through the fluff to help you run a more profitable e-commerce business, from smarter banking to global payments and everything in between. So if you've ever expanded internationally or paid overseas suppliers, you've probably noticed that the numbers on your statement don't always add up. The fees stack up quietly. Conversions, card networks, wire charges, intermediary banks, it all chips away at your margins. But here's the good news. With the right setup, a lot of those costs are completely avoidable. And that's where Airwallex comes in. They've built a global payment and financial platform that lets e-commerce businesses send, receive, and manage money across borders without getting crushed by hidden fees and slow transfers. So by the end of this video, you'll know exactly where your money's leaking, which fees are unavoidable, and how Airwallex helps you eliminate the rest. Let's jump in. What cross-border fees actually are and why they stack up. All right, let's start with the basics. Let's say you're a US-based e-commerce brand and you sell a €100 order to a customer in Spain. Seems simple. They pay, you get your money, done. But in reality, that money doesn't just go from buyer to seller. It travels through layers of payment processors, card networks, and correspondent banks, each taking their own little slice along the way. Those tiny percentages may seem small individually, but when you're doing hundreds or thousands of international transactions, they add up fast. Here are the usual culprits. Currency conversion spreads. When a customer pays in euros, but you hold USD, your provider usually adds a hidden markup to the exchange rate. You rarely see the true mid-market rate. Cross-border assessment fees. Card networks like Visa or MasterCard charge extra whenever the card's issuing bank is in a different country. Intermediary bank fees. If you're using old school wire transfers, your payment might hop through several correspondent banks, and each one takes a small fee. Sending and receiving bank fees. Some banks charge just to process an international transaction, regardless of the amount. Dynamic currency conversion, DCC. Have you ever seen a checkout offering to convert to your home currency? That's DCC, and the conversion rate is usually terrible. Refund foreign exchange slippage. If you refund an order, you often get hit twice, once when you convert the original payment, and again when you refund at a worse rate. So by the time your €100 order hits your account, you might only see $94 or $95 worth of value. And that's just the customer side. If you're paying overseas suppliers, ad platforms, or freelancers, you're getting hit again in the opposite direction. That's the cycle that Airwallex was built to break. The problem with legacy systems. Traditional banks and payment networks weren't designed for global e-commerce. Swift wires, for example, can take anywhere from 2 to 5 business days to settle. During that time, your cash is stuck, unavailable for restocking inventory or running ads. You also get almost no visibility on fees. You send $10,000 to a supplier, and by the time it arrives, it's $9,920. No one can explain exactly where the $80 went. Even worse, most banks automatically convert foreign currency into your home currency, whether you want them to or not. That means double conversions, rate markups, and completely unnecessary foreign exchange exposure. This is exactly where Airwallex changes the game. They built a system that bypasses legacy rails and routes payments through local networks instead. So instead of sending a USD wire through 3 banks, Airwallex uses local payment rails like ACH, SEPA, or FPS to send funds directly, faster, cheaper, and without those hidden cuts in the middle. The result? You save time and money while keeping control over when and how conversions happen. Where stores lose the most money and how Airwallex fixes it. If you've ever looked at your payout and thought, wait, where did my margin go? You're not imagining it. So let's break down the common traps e-commerce businesses fall into and how Airwallex helps you avoid them. Number 1, forced conversions. Most banks don't let you hold multiple currencies. So if you receive a euro payment, they'll automatically convert it to USD before it ever hits your balance. That conversion includes a hidden markup, which you can't control or audit. With Airwallex, you can hold over 20 different currencies in your account. No forced conversions. You can keep that €100 in euros, Use it later to pay a supplier in France or convert it manually when rates are more favorable. 2. Dynamic Currency Conversion, DCC. DCC looks helpful on the surface. It offers customers the option to pay in their local currency at checkout, but the conversion rates are almost always inflated, leading to smaller payouts for you. With Airwallex, you can offer true local currency pricing directly in your checkout without DCC. That means your customers see familiar prices, and you receive full value without hidden spreads. 3. Refunds and chargebacks. Every refund triggers a reverse foreign exchange conversion. If the rate moved since the original sale, you lose on the difference. With Airwallex, you can refund directly in the same currency you received, avoiding double conversions and foreign exchange losses. 4. Platform payouts. Many global marketplaces and platforms auto-convert your funds before paying you out. That means they handle the foreign exchange on your behalf and not in your favor. With Airwallex, you get your own local bank account details in more than 60 countries, like a UK account number, a European IBAN, or an Australian BSB. So marketplaces can pay you as if you were local. No cross-border fees, no hidden foreign exchange. 5. Supplier payments. Paying international vendors is another hidden drain. Traditional wires are slow and expensive, and many suppliers receive less than what you sent. With Airwallex, you can send payments to more than 120 countries using Airwallex's local networks for free. Recipients can receive funds in as little as a few hours, with the full amount on delivery guaranteed. Of course, you can also use the Swift rail if you prefer, to send payments to more than 150 countries. When you need to convert currencies, you can have the interbank foreign exchange rates as low as 0.5% for all major currencies, all within one dashboard. A modern way to move money. Here's what this all looks like in practice. Let's say your e-commerce store sells to customers in Europe, the US, and Asia, and you manufacture in China. With Airwallex, your entire flow can happen inside one connected platform. Collect payments globally, accept money from different countries in their local currency. You can hold multiple balances, so keep your earnings in EUR, GBP, USD, or SGD instead of forcing conversions. You can convert at your discretion when rates are favorable or when you actually just need to. You can pay suppliers and partners locally. So you can use your Euro balance to pay your European vendor via SEPA, or your USD balance to pay an American service provider via ACH. You can use local accounts for each region, so customers and marketplaces can pay you without international fees. All of this happens in a few clicks. No waiting days for transfers, no mystery deductions, and no juggling multiple bank logins. Airwallex essentially lets your business operate like a local everywhere you sell. Checkout optimization, how to lift margins and conversions. Your checkout is the front line for cross-border friction. Even small changes here can have a big impact on conversion rates and profit margins. Price in local currency. Shoppers are more likely to buy when they see prices in their own currency. Builds trust and it eliminates confusion. With Airwallex, you can display and settle in the local currency, so both you and your customers avoid conversion losses. Offer local payment methods. Different regions prefer different payment methods. For example, European buyers might prefer SEPA or local debit schemes, while in Asia, wallets and bank transfers dominate. Airwallex lets you accept more than 160 local payment methods, so you can maximize the checkout rates, often at much lower processing fees than global card networks. Like-for-like settlement. This is where Airwallex really shines. When you receive a payment in euros, it stays in euros. No automatic conversions, no hidden markup, just transparent, like-for-like settlement. Transparent foreign exchange and better rates. When you do convert, you'll see the exact mid-market rate and the small foreign exchange margin that Airwallex applies. No guessing, no hidden spreads. Over time, these optimizations compound, and your bottom line gets a measurable boost. Payables and operations. Cutting costs behind the scenes. Now let's talk about your back end, the operational side. Even if your checkout is optimized, you can still lose money when paying out vendors or staff abroad. Here's how Airwallex streamlines that side of the business too. Batch payments. Pay multiple suppliers at once instead of sending individual wires. Local disbursements. Use Airwallex's local payment networks to fund overseas payouts faster and cheaper. Virtual cards. Create multi-currency virtual cards for ad spend, software, or travel, funded directly from your global balances. Smart foreign exchange timing. Hold foreign balances and convert when it makes financial sense, not automatically on every transaction. The result is fewer fees, faster operations, and far more control over your working capital. Real world example, global ecom using Airwallex. So let's put it all together. Imagine you're running a US-based e-commerce store that's now selling in Europe, Canada, and Australia. Here's what happens with Airwallex in place. A customer in Germany pays in euros. The funds land directly into your EUR balance, no forced conversion. You hold that balance and later use it to pay your European supplier via SEPA, no foreign exchange loss. Your Australian customers pay you in AUD to your local Airwallex account details. Again, no international fee. You compare the foreign exchange rate on your dashboard when converting some euros to USD for your US operations. The margin? Transparent and minimal. You use batch transfers to pay your suppliers and contractors all over the world on a monthly basis in different currencies. Streamlined process and minimal foreign exchange loss. For global ads and tools, you issue a virtual Airwallex card funded from whichever currency balance makes the most sense. Now compare that to the old flow. Every payment forced through USD, double conversions on both sales and refunds, and days lost waiting for wires to clear. With Airwallex, you've turned a multi-step, fee-heavy process into a streamlined global system. Quick checklist. Start saving on cross-border fees. So here's a practical checklist to start cutting your costs today. Review your last 3 months of cross-border payments. List every time money moved internationally. Note which currencies were auto-converted. That's where hidden spreads hide. Open a free Airwallex multi-currency account. Receive payments in EUR, GBP, USD, and more. Set up local account details. Get IBANs or account numbers for the regions you sell to. Batch supplier payments. Save on fees and settlement delays. Issue Airwallex virtual cards. Pay for foreign expenses or employee travels without conversion loss. Compare your foreign exchange rates. See what your bank is charging versus Airwallex interbank-based pricing. Track the difference monthly. You'll be shocked at how much stays in your pocket. Cross-border fees are one of those business costs that most e-commerce owners just accept, but they don't have to. You'll always have some unavoidable costs for compliance and regulation, but the layers on top, hidden foreign exchange spreads, DCC markups, forced conversions, those are optional. Airwallex gives you the tools to take control of your international finances. You can collect, hold, and spend globally, all while avoiding unnecessary conversions and middlemen. And over time, those savings compound, not in theory, but in real measurable improvements to your profit margins. So if you want to start simplifying your cross-border payments and keep more of what you earn, then check out Airwallex by using the link down in the description. This is an affiliate link, which means we earn a small commission if you use it at no extra cost to you. But it really helps support the channel and allows us to keep making free videos just like this. So thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into e-commerce tools and strategies. But other than that, thank you so much for watching the Ecom Mastery channel, and we'll see you here in the next video.